Hey guys, welcome back. I'm going to talk about a very minute thing when you're negotiating, whether you're a seller or a buyer. This is something that's not paid, people don't pay a lot of attention to. And I'm not teaching you how to negotiate, but I'm just saying these are one or two particular terms that you should pay attention to, okay? And that's the price and the terms, okay? And I'm going to explain both of this, okay? Check this out. Show reel first. All right, welcome back. Listen, a lot of times when people are negotiating, especially on a real estate transaction, it can speak to lack of experience or perhaps not enough experience or perhaps a narrow-minded tunnel vision that they focus on only one particular thing in terms of trying to negotiate a deal. But there are several aspects that you want to negotiate based around. And this applies to both the seller and the buyer, okay? Because it's not just, so most of the time they actually only focus on price, okay? This is most of the time. So let's say if a seller says, I want 100, and the buyer wants to pay 90, they're going to technically try to say, okay, let's just negotiate and close down somewhere in the middle at 95. And I want to actually bring this to for both sellers and buyers and explain why understanding terms is super critical. I'm going to underline this like many times, okay? I'll explain to you why. Say, for instance, if you're just so focused on price that you give away or you forget to look at the actual terms of the transaction, even if this gentleman's willing to pay you 95, but the terms are 90 days, this 95 might not be better than closing it at 90 in 30 days. Or if it's 95 with two payments of 47.5 and 47.5 over a 1 year period, might not be as good as 90 over 90 days. I hope I'm trying to make myself clear, okay? Because sometimes buyers will have these terms. I'll make you two payments. Maybe if you're going to take two payments, you shouldn't be closing at 100. Maybe you should be closing at 110, and then you take 55 in the first 6 months and 55 in the next 6 months. It's just a very crude example. I'm trying to explain something to you. If you are a seller, know exactly what it is that you're doing in terms of pricing and the terms you need. The reason I say this is because a seller sometimes, if he's an amateur, she's an amateur, can sometimes get stuck in a situation where the terms are not very favorable just because the price was better, but there was no expert advice guiding them on the terms to make sure that the terms are safe and secure for the seller. And if that is the case, or if that happens, seller can end up suffering, right? So you don't want that. Similarly, a buyer might not recognize that for the seller, a certain term and condition, maybe if you're a mortgage buyer, it's not preferred by the seller. If your payments are coming later, it's not preferred by the seller. If your credit score is not good, it's not preferred by the seller. So in that scenario, as from a buyer's perspective, you can actually bring in better terms that the seller would agree on, okay? So remember, a negotiation happens around price, yes, but it also happens around terms that might be changed or altered to your benefit. I'll give you an example. There was a villa that was available on a 5-year payment plan, and now something I'm going to add that's going to give you actual value, real value, apart from understanding that both are important, is that if you're going to negotiate and you know that you can give good terms, I would always recommend negotiate starting on price first, but give them a hint of the terms you're willing to offer, either in parallel or right after one another, okay? you kind of don't want to give, because sometimes your terms could be so good. Like if this is a 5-year payment plan and you can give the money to the developer in 2 years, 3 years, or upfront, guess what? You can negotiate the price hard, okay? But you obviously don't want to do that. You want to bring the seller to the bottom line first, and then throw in the mix that, guess what, I can give you cash today as well, by the way, right? So this is something that you need to consider and keep in mind. Like while you're doing pricing and terms kind of in parallel, it helps to have an expert guide the process, because I will bring in terms right behind the pricing, because with the price I want to test the seller first to see what their bottom price is, and then kind of bring in terms to understand if terms are something that are important, and then I can push price further down to actually get the benefit for the end of the day to the buyer, right? I hope that makes sense. Remember, it's not always just price, but also terms that make a big difference. Hit the bell icon, press the like button. It does something to the algorithm. It goes out there, more people can see it and benefit from it. And subscribe to the channel. Ciao for now, bye. Okay guys, so thanks for watching. My name again is Fahd Dawood. I've been doing this for 14 plus years. I started in 2006 in Toronto, Canada, and since 2007 I've been doing this in Dubai. I generally talk about real estate, your life, my life, and our path to allowing financial bliss coming to us. If you want to work with me, such as buy a property in Dubai, or you need general advice, you can hit me up on in the contact form below. If you've liked this video, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, press the bell icon, and hit the like button, and share it with other friends. Ciao for now.